What is up, you guys? Sage here. And every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. It is up to us to decide in each of those moments exactly who we're going to be and what we're going to do and what we're going to choose to propagate, what we're going to choose to push toward. You know, am I adding a brick today to my wall? Am I not? Am I taking a brick away? You know, am I destroying the wall? And it is not only in each day, but it is in each individual choice in each day that we decide this. I believe that life can be simple, but I believe the simpler you make life, the more difficult you make it. The more complex you make it, the easier you make it. Because when you add other people's interests and ideas and the commitments that you have to other people, etc., when you add those into the equation, then you have a cop-out. You have an excuse not to get the work done. No, because I need to do this for so-and-so and that for that person. And when you've simplified your life, when you've taken those people out of your life, and when you've decided to focus, you have the immediate difficulty of, first of all, saying no to those people that you used to say yes to. Now you're changing the cadence. Now you're changing the pace at which people will approach you. And you're also changing your decision-making process around the people who come to you for things. And so I believe a simple life is a very difficult life. A focused life is a difficult life. A life of commitment is a difficult life. Because when you're committed to one thing, it means everything else, every alternative has been cut off. And when those alternatives come and present themselves, it is your duty, therefore, to say no. And there are moments in which we fail in our pursuit of this ideal. And in those moments, it's okay to admit that we have failed, or to admit that we have compromised, because perhaps it is not a complete failure. Perhaps it is for the moment, it is for the day, it is for the hour that we have chosen conformity rather than to pursue our goals. But it is also, we must consume those things and do those things with the understanding that this is an hour that I'm sacrificing to the part of me that is not interested in getting that, you know? Because we are complex, we are complex beings by nature. We are complex things. We have very complex minds, and we want for different things. But understand that if there is an ultimate that we are aiming for, that we are solving for, that we are trying to build towards, that there's always something that you could be doing to go towards that. And anything that you are doing outside of going towards that is therefore a distraction from that. And it is okay to engage within these distractions while in the back of your mind understanding that this is time that I'm sacrificing and that I'm taking away from my goal. And to understand that you're the one who's making that choice for yourself, and that no one else is responsible for your life but yourself. And this may not be easy for most people to come to terms with. Yeah, no, I just wanted y'all to know, bro, like, I'm not crying this time, I promise. I just have allergies, bro. I guarantee, I promise, I can veritably guarantee I'm not crying this time. I would let you know. You know this. But yeah, ultimately, today's message is not too long. It's just that every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. And in each of those moments, we can choose to pursue our goals and we can choose to not. There's every reason and every excuse to pursue your goal. And there's every reason and every excuse not to. Including technological, not breakdowns, but you see this thing here. This thing ran out of battery just now. While I was busy recording my shorts, and I could have chosen to say, oh, this thing's out of battery. Well, I can go charge it now. And yeah, that's it. That's the reason why I can't make videos today. And I've lost another afternoon. Or I could just record without it, you know? And it is in those micro decisions on each day that we are either inching towards our goals or we're not. And therefore, the people we're in competition with are inching further than us in terms of every day that you don't go towards your goal, and there's some if and because there is someone out there who wants the same thing that you want, that person is actually moving closer towards that goal and you're not during that day. And you're one day less sharp than you could have been. You're one day less gruesome, less brutal. You have one day less grit, less hardening in your stomach. You're one day less sharpened, just as a piece of iron, you know? The work works on you more than you work on it. And so on that day, you didn't work, which means the work didn't work on you that day because you allowed the outside circumstances to influence the inside. And so that's one more day of your circumstances winning. How long are you going to let your circumstances win? How long are you going to let noise dictate what comes out of you, how it comes out of you, and the power within? You know, how long are you going to let the external overcome the internal? And I think that a part of the dream is becoming such that regardless of what goes on the outside, you dictate what goes on in your life and you dictate what you're going to do. And I want to end with this. I believe that the goal is not the prize. The goal is to work towards the prize every day. The dream, in actuality, is the working toward the goal. And so when you're working hard and you're struggling, there's sweat on your forehead, your head is heavy, you don't know which way to go, you, my friend, are living the dream. That's the actual dream. It's not the trophy you lift over your head. It's the hours and hours of practice. It is the Rocky cutscene. And so when you're punching that meat bag, when you're running up those stairs, when you're running through that city, not just when the people are around, but when you're running by yourself, when you're on that beach with Apollo Creed, when Apollo is training you, he's trying to teach you something, he's just, tomorrow, damn Rock, what's the matter with you? Tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. That's the dream. More so than, actually it speaks to this, that more so than we speak about now Rocky fought Clubber Lang and he fought with Ivan Drago and he finished him with this punch, and this was more than we remember those things, because we don't really. We more so remember that he was punching the meat bag. We more so remember that as he was walking down the stairs, he turns to Adrian and he says, don't ask me to stop being a man. We know that his character, we remember who he was. We remember what he did when the going got tough, because that is what we aspire to be ourselves. And although we've gotten into a culture and we've gotten into the habit of associating the things at the end with who you have to become in order to get there, it's actually not the end that pulls us, but it is the becoming. It is not being undefeated that gives being undefeated the prestige, but it is becoming undefeated. It's not being called 6-time world champ, but the reason why that sentence has gravity is because we all understand inherently what it takes, the amount of dedication that it takes to win once, and how difficult it is to keep winning once you've won, because again, you have to become a man who is not obsessed with the destination, but one who is obsessed with walking. And the man who's obsessed with walking will walk further than the one who's obsessed with the destination, because what happens when you get to that destination? You'll stop. And the one obsessed with walking will continue to walk indefinitely. And so he will get much further. And so if your goal, if your dream, if your destination if you want to be champion, you'll win that one title and the hunger will fade because you're not in love with the process. Business, relationships, health are infinite games. And I believe that one great way to make sure that you are in love with those games is deciding who you want to play with and what you want to play for. And I believe that when you've decided what you want to play for, when you have that dream, that goal, that vision, that it is in that you can go through the day to day and become who you need to become. I thought of something just now. As I said, it is as you have that dream, that goal, that vision. But again, it's not the vision itself that you're actually solving for. What you're actually genuinely solving for is the recurring, repetitive battles that you have to face during each day. And the point of these infinite games is not to win. It's to keep playing. That's why, to bring it back, it's important to pick the people that you play with and to make sure that what you stand for is what you want to stand for. Because if you don't solve for that, then at the end of the day, you'll get what you want. And as you're standing there on the mountain peak, you will be confused, lost, and alone. And that is because you didn't ensure that your day-to-day was what you wanted it to truly be. And that's when you begin to lose yourself and to get the outside validation, but without the fulfillment, because you forgot why you were doing it. And so don't forget why you're doing it. Every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. Don't overwork it. Don't overthink it. And you'll realize your dream. Sage, signing out.